remember that they're changing my voice. And people who see themselves as a young Merlin or an old Merlin or Harry Potter or an old Harry Potter persecute me to their extreme disgrace. This is my second time making this video. The first time I'm going to post on the playlist so you can see proof that they fume and poison me and it messes up my throat. And they're starting to kind of do it more, so it's harder to clear my throat before I make videos, to their extreme disgrace. So the greatest commandment is found in Deuteronomy. Love God with all your mind, all your soul, all your strength, all your being. Notice the word strength is used, right? Because my religion is universal, pinpoint, and more precision. Right? Matthew 5, verse 46, or around there. Be perfect as your heavenly Father is perfect. And, focus moral intensity. Proverbs 4:18, the path of the righteous is like the morning sun, shining ever brighter till the full light of day. And so we see in Deuteronomy the greatest commandment includes loving God with all your strength, right? All your being, all your strength. So you're supposed to cultivate a kind of serious moral discipline, a moral strength, and to love God with it. And I see people making the mistake of clinging on to white supremacy, Jewish supremacy, LGBT. You know damn well that the English royals, American people, military people, politicians, corporate guys, church staff, you know damn well they're not the divine order of God. Look at how they responded to me being here. They responded by being greedy, saying that they can't wait till I'm gone so they can pretend that they're superior without having to persecute me. That's not something that somebody of God would do. The greatest commandment is to love God with all your being, and I'm God's son. I'm one with God. The second is to love your neighbor as yourself. Okay, in many ways, they're my neighbor, and they have hated me with all their heart. How much you have to hate somebody to cheat them when they're the son of God, to cheat them out of their right to lead, to teach people in the church to not follow them, okay, by teaching them to follow you instead. How much do they have to have hated me with all their being to cheat me out of my right to lead? And how should God and I feel about them? Did they write the commands of God on their children's heart, or did they write to hate the Messiah on their children's heart and to be a greedy white Jewish and LGBT supremacist and a token minority supremacist, a knucklehead in the military? How much do they hate God and I? And what would they do? Cite that stupid skirmish in Iran, the Strait of Hormuz, cite their oil money as to why they're suppressing the Messiah, why they think the Messiah can't criticize them? How immature is that? They may as well cite that they're having a thumb war with their child. How immature are they? You know, what is it, like 12 Americans have died? Far more Americans have died of other things in this country than died in that conflict. And people in the military are supposed to be willing to die to protect Americans here. Do they scramble to reduce the number of cigarette-related fatalities? 500,000 a year? No. Do they scramble to reduce the number of drug overdoses, suicides? No. They reinforce a system that purges Americans. So I don't want to hear about how I'm not supporting the war effort. Fuck the war effort. Curses on their war effort. As long as they're persecuting me, their war effort is cursed. Regardless of how it plays out. In the spiritual realm, they're being trampled. Okay. Especially because they were polite to me for a second there, and they took that in a way that's arguably respectable, unless it was artificial intelligence communicating with me or something. I'm going to say what I should be saying anyway, and I have a lot to say, so sometimes I skip over this part. I do hope that they scramble and do the right thing. I'm mad at them. Okay, they're doing the wrong thing. They need to be chastised, rebuked, what have you. But I hope they scramble and do the right thing. Okay? And if you don't believe me, what's going on interferes with my ability to live my life, right? Without being fumed, without females being told not to date me, what have you. Okay? But since they chose to clash with me, I have to respond, and I have to tell the truth about everything, so on and so forth. Okay, so I hope that they stop persecuting me so I can stop pronouncing curses and judgments against them, and so on and so forth.